Everyone, yeah, you, stresses about the holidays. We're going to talk about in this episode why you shouldn't. All right, let's roll.
All right, fire starter.
Fire and follow through her.
It's the holidays. Yay.
Yay.
It's coming up. I'm so excited. I wait for this time of year all year. You know that, right?
And I wait for your cookies.
Yes. Cookie bacon, eggnog, hot cocoa, cool weather. It's the best time of the year.
It is. Kids are excited too.
Should we break out in song?
Nope. Know your limits. Stay in your genius.
I know. In another life, I really, really wish I was like this amazing singer. I do.
Our daughter sings pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I hear her sometimes.
Yeah.
Then I walk in and she shuts up.
I know.
I'm like, man.
I know.
I gotta like listen at the door. She's so
I know.
insecure.
I've always, we're going to have 5 kids. And I seriously really, really thought one of our kids would be a musician. I really, really would love to have a musician, but I know I can't tell my kids what to do. But I really just thought you have this many kids, one of them's going to be a musician, right?
Yeah.
I would still could happen. We've got several young ones.
Yeah. We got basketball teams soon.
And it's, you know what? Some people learn later in life. But anyway, this is not what we're talking about today.
Nope. What are we talking about?
We are not talking about programming your children to be what you want them to be. We are talking about how to avoid burnout during the holidays.
Yes.
It's huge. Big thing. Big thing for entrepreneurs. Big thing for parents, honestly. It's just well,
because it just isn't the holidays. Like we were just discussing before we hit record. There's just so much going on in the holidays, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's, a lot of business owners are wrapping up fourth quarter, making pushes. Some people are tax prepping, you got,
preparing
kids
for the new year.
Preparing
a lot
for
of people
kids
are having a surge
school.
of business.
Some people need to get that in order,
Mm-hmm.
childcare and whatnot, things to do,
Mm-hmm.
decorating, inviting,
Yep.
all the parties,
Mm-hmm.
all the things.
Shopping.
Yeah,
Gift wrapping.
Shopping. Bane of my existence.
Yeah. Juggling
Used to
kids, just in general, juggling kids. I mean,
yeah.
there's a half. So we're talking about December, half of the month the kids are home. November, you've got a whole week. And sometimes some people take off a little bit more, visiting family, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
So they're 2 of the most fun months of the year for me, but also very, very.
It's too late for people who are going to hear this, but unless you did do it like we did. But we already booked the place, paid for it, booked it, 2 months ago?
No, it was
3 months ago?
before that. We were
yeah.
This year.
It might have been during the actually, it might have been during the summer. Booked and paid for. I don't even know where we're going.
We're going somewhere.
I gotta go dig it up. No, we're going somewhere where it snows.
Surprise. AZ, right?
I gotta dig up the email, see what I bought. But all I know is we got something. We got a roof and beds.
That's how we went a little stir crazy last year.
Yeah.
By that second week, right after Christmas, we're like, we should go somewhere.
Because we're so impulsive in the sense that, I don't know if that's the right word.
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous would be, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
But that doesn't work.
Not
all
in the
time.
holidays.
Yeah,
No,
not
it
during the
doesn't.
holidays.
Not
Everything's
anywhere that
booked
people
up,
want to go.
Reservations, yeah. So anyway, we're booked up, going somewhere with snow.
Yeah.
But for the future, be proactive
Mm-hmm.
in booking things if you're not. So
Yeah. Well, so avoiding burnout during the holidays, one of those things is acknowledging what your needs are during the holidays, what your desire is. How do you desire to spend the holidays? And it's honestly not so different from your everyday work life, with acknowledging what are the priorities. What are your priorities for the holiday? They are special. It is a time of the year in which, our kids, I know, acknowledge even more so tradition. and they really gravitate towards the things that we do consistently each year, which for them might come in the place of like eating the cookies. For me, it represents a time in which we're all in the kitchen, having fun, playing, laughing, doing things together. Those things are priority, you know? So we have learned to not knock that, you know, in just the way of, well, we're building a business too, and we've got big goals and we got mouths to feed and we got to push, while we still prioritize work and all those good things. For me, avoiding burnout during the holidays means prioritizing family first, traditions. What are the things that we really want to do together? This was the first year that we were proactive about saying, you know what, I want to be a priority is that on that second week off, we go do something. Right. You know, if we're all going to be home, let's do something like fun with this time.
Yeah. And kind of off the grid too.
It actually is that time of the year where most people are slowing down a little bit on social media. And while like it is important for our job that we stay present and that we're health coaches, we want people to know in Thanksgiving and December that we're going to be helping them. And actually, believe it or not, friends, people do get healthy in November and December. Yeah. So we're always accepting clients. But when most people are saying, okay, I'm really going to get serious in January, they know that we're open for business. So we are present, but it is a time of the year where you can get just really clear on what message matters the most for your business. What are the highest of high leverage activities for your business in these 2 months too, you know? So priority is a huge word for me in avoiding burnout during the holidays. And then everything, all the actions and everything's kind of just trickle down from that word. Yeah.
It's guarding your bandwidth too, you know, which aligns with what you said, priority. Because we used to get caught in all the stresses. It's like the one thing that, it's funny. It's like the things that you want to enjoy, you turn them into like,
your blessings are your burdens.
Yeah, like your burdens. Like if it's decorating or if it's the shopping or if
get all stressed about it.
Yeah, you're miserable and you're stressed out. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, why are we doing this? It's like, if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. Like, at least for things like that. I mean, there's business things that sometimes I'll do. It's not fun, but it needs to be done. But when it comes to the holidays, seriously, it's got to check yourself. If it ain't fun, it don't need to be done. Yeah. Literally. Like
if it ain't fun, it don't need to be done.
If it ain't fun, it don't need to be done.
That's good.
But yeah, you know, and some of that could be delegating. You know, like I'm actually highly considering having someone hang some Christmas lights at the new house. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Because I'm not breaking my neck. And I'm not destroying my home. So it's...
And then honestly picking that up.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
Oh, no. So it's delegation, I think is huge. Yeah.
Delegation is huge. One of the best choices that we have made in general, but also actually I think can be overlooked during the holidays is the fact that we do outsource, and we've done episodes on this before, but don't take it for granted during the holidays. Because like, you know, if you're a parent and you have kids and you're listening to this podcast, oh my God, the list of things to do and that you want to do during the holidays is so much. And the fact that we have a small team, but we have a team, you know, we have the world's greatest assistant, and that helps us not just business, but any, you know, odd end thing that we might have in our life. I'm not saying her name because you can't have her, people. But we have, you know, an awesome nanny, and we have people that help us in our home. I don't touch laundry except for the week of Thanksgiving, and then the 2 weeks, they feel long. I'm doing laundry during the last 2 weeks of December. But because also we value, priority is actually that we value this time for ourselves, but we also want our team to be able to have that time with their family too. Yeah. So we make sure that we have help where necessary. but then also that we're fully enjoying just that kind of slower time of year too, you know?
Yeah. And I think the other thing is piggybacks off of what I just had said before that, alluded to before that, was saying no to some things. There's a lot of invites that you get, you know, whether it's work parties or friend parties and family parties and different things. And sometimes it's just say no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make this one. Thank
Give
you
your
for the
best
invite.
chance.
Because if you're stressed out about it, and you're running like with your hair on fire, at what point are you really being present, or are you just checking off the boxes of fun, as I use my fingers for quotes?
Yeah.
Where, and I guess people, it's different things. Hey, whatever floats your boat. But for us, it's really being present, creating experiences and memories, and running around from party to party to party to check off a box and be stressed out about it, about with the other a million things else we have to do. It's like, who are we appealing to? Like, like what are we doing? And what are we illustrating to our kids? Hurry up, get in the car. We're going to be late to this. Or, hey, let's get sitting to watch our kids so we can go to parties and leave them at home. Like,
yeah,
no judgment. I'm just saying,
because we
might
enjoy
want
that too,
to reframe some things and look at some things and be like, maybe I don't have to say yes to everything, because you're saying no to
something when you say yes.
Numerous other things. I'm just saying maybe you want to step back and look at that.
Yeah.
And pick and choose.
I think that's good.
And pick and choose. It doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Right. You don't have to say.
That's all I'm saying.
You don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to say no to everything.
Exactly. That's what
Be
I'm
discerning of putting your time and your energy where you want to be the most.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to remember, and what are your kids going to remember? Because like with your kids, for instance, those of you who have kids, it's like, depending on where they're at in age, you only probably have 5 to 10 more years of Christmas with them, or Thanksgiving with them, before they're disinterested, or they're going to their in-laws or their boyfriend, girlfriend's places, and you're kind of just getting to stop in, pass by.
Yeah, they're grabbing the cookies that they love so much.
To lean into that. And I think that's where we kind of started framing up our thought pattern for our decisions, was that right there. It's like, man, if we only got 4 more or 2 more with this kid and 5 more with this kid potentially, what's more important to us? Right. What's priority to us? And I tell you what, that takes a lot of the feel of burnout even happening, because it removes so many things that, to your point, were not priority whenever you really sort through it.
Yep.
And you filter through it from those lenses. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It is.
You get invited to 7 parties, you go to 2. You get invited. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And this is an example.
Right.
Anyway.
Yes.
That's just my little rant on that.
I love it. No, that's really good. Even to the fact of like taking the kids to different holiday things. Like we realize, hey, our kids really love going to the Princess and doing the ice skating. So they have such a great time doing that. Okay. We plan one night that we go do that. The thing that we did, the Polar Bear Express or something in Flagstaff, and it snowed. It was so cool. Great. The kids love that. But outside of that, there's not really a ton of holiday attractions that we prioritize.
Yeah, a little light thing you can drive through.
We do that.
Little things, because they're low hanging fruit, and kids think it's cool.
The things that the kids actually enjoy the most are the cookie baking. They're already talking about the red velvet whoopie pies.
No, they're
and
all
watching the
about
same
a
movies.
Fireplace, the movies, the baking.
Yep. When are we going to watch the
Staying
Elf?
in their pajamas.
When
us
is the
being
tree going
present
up?
with them, putting the goddamn phones down, being present, singing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the singing, but maybe they're doing some singing.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really partake in the singing that much, do you?
That is sparing you guys, because I love you.
Oh, appreciate that.
And you don't want me singing.
So let's talk about real quick business. This is going to be like our 10th, maybe more Christmas in our current business that we're in. I would say it's fairly safe to say that you know what to prioritize in the last 2 months of the year. And that's something, honestly, that a lot of people need to know. This is actually not the time to look at the other 10 months of the year or 11 months of the year and be like, oh, crap. all those goals that I set January of this year, like did I not achieve all of them? Like, and it's not the time to get frantic in your business and try to make something happen in 2 months that needs 12 months to do. But it's also not the time to throw in the towel.
Right.
So what would your advice be to someone that's closing out the year, wants to do the best that they can still, and not exactly be like, okay, I guess I'll just take off for 2 months, but still be very, realistic with what they can accomplish in that amount of time?
Well, I don't think anything changes. I think you go hard during the days when you're not, like for us, we're going to go just as hard for the most part. I mean, we got a big event coming up. We have a couple, we got about 150 people flying in from all over the country for an event we're doing in a few weeks. And then we'll go hard up to that moment, all during that. And then you got Thanksgiving. So maybe for Thanksgiving, we're kind of, probably not working much at all because we're going to be present. So that's just that's a few days and maybe a week at the most. Yeah. And then it's back to going hard again until Christmas comes. So I think that's where people, they go into hibernation. I think we've spoke about that before, but they go into hibernation for 2 months, 3 months. Some start Halloween. And then you wonder why. That
first little bite-sized Snicker bar that enters the mouth starts the hibernation.
It's the same thing year after year because you're going to get me into disrupting patterns here. But
go for it.
You're not disrupting patterns. So I don't think anything changes outside of the 2 days, 5 days, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Other than that, go hard.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, people.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I feel like what I have seen from our climb up the ladder, so to speak, over the past decade, one of the best things that we did was get clear on the family traditions and how we want to spend this time in this season. And then also get clear on that we don't take off at this time of year. Like, we identify very clearly where to spend our time. And honestly, one of the first things is actually, this is the time to ramp up your personal development. This is the time to get super clear on your personal health. It doesn't mean, like, don't picture me on Thanksgiving Day not eating a piece of pie because I totally have a piece of pie. It just means that you don't treat the whole month like it's a time to be off of everything, to be off of your work schedule, to be off of your nutrition, to be off of your exercise. For us, specifically being the health and wellness industry too, and being that we mentor teams of coaches, it's the time of the year that we want them to be the most focused and the most motivated. Because if you are in the masses of the people January 1st that's trying to get your health back on track, how can you lead them?
Yeah.
Why would they choose you? Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're going with the health for sure. That's what we do. And I think it's important, but for people, but I think it's something I'm trying to get better at. And I think we've done really well at, but I'm never satisfied in the regard of, we could do better. But I think it's it's like the holidays are no different than every day of the week. Like, if you go hard, like there's some days when we go hard and we finish a task in 3 hours, you can have no guilt and screw off the rest of the day. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you really were productive for 3 hours or 4, and maybe you have an 8-hour day where it's really demanded your time to get move a project forward. Holidays are no different. Like, if you really, like, for instance, we're going to film a couple of podcasts in the next couple of days. We're going to do a bunch of reels. We're going to host an event. We're training up speakers. We're going to work hard in those moments to where we're not feeling any guilt.
Right.
To where we can be present and we're not working during the holidays. I just think that's important to say. Like, work like nobody else. And then you can play like nobody else.
Absolutely.
Guilt free.
And I think the thing that makes it so easy to do that, we know where to work because we know where we're not working too, or where we're slowing down. Like, and we're like, well, it's not all month. Basically, it's this 1 week and this week where our effort looks very minimal, but the whole rest of the month we're working at a very high capacity, you know?
Yeah. So I think it's asking yourself what stresses you out. I think if you take a step back, this is just the way my mind would frame it up. as I take a step back, I'd say, all right, what's the stresses during the holidays? And write them down. And then be like, okay, how do I change that? Like, why is it stressing me out? Well, do I need this to stress me out? Like seriously, it's supposed to be fun. What can I let go? What can I say no to?
Yeah.
What can I do less of? What can I do more of? Where can I leverage my time so I can have more fun and be present? What's most important? I think that's the biggest thing. What's most important during the holidays? And I think when you really identify what's most important, a lot of these things that you stress about, you'll see that they're not very important. And you lost focus on what's really important.
Yeah.
And to me, it's presence and experience with the ones I love. And when you break that down, I think right there will streamline and will be less overwhelmed during the holidays.
Yeah, that's good. Looking through the lens of no regrets.
And to add to that, though, is then look at what are the last 1 to 2 to maybe 5 major tasks that you have to get done with your work, like a major project, whatever it is. It's 1 thing, 3 things, 5 things, whatever it is, between now and the end of the year. And then you just block that out. Give 2 hours to it. Give 6 hours to it. Give all intention, like intentional time and effort to those things. And again, it comes back to the guilt-free of being present in the times when you're supposed to be present.
Yes.
And having fun.
Yeah. January 1st.
That's my advice.
What metrics do you want to see in your business, your health, and what experiences do you want to cultivate between you and your spouse and your family?
Yeah.
So
focus on what's important.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're stressing yourself out about things that aren't.
That's true.
Amen.
Amen. That's a wrap. All right, friends, remember, you deserve to live the life that you desire. So go out and create your new American dream.